Alright, what's up guys? This is Cousin Jimmy. So, right now I was tasked with installing a screen protector for the backyard. I kind of had got most of the way done with the project before I realized, oh, I should have been recording this. So, as I finished up the project, I figured, well, better late than never. So let me go ahead and grab the paperwork for the screen protector I had installed. So what I'm installing is a Grasham measuring 48 inches by 80 inches or so. I'm looking at, it's a heavy duty universal sliding patio screen door. Yeah, that's pretty much of a mouthful. One of the benefits that I had going into this project was the fact that it was a universal fit, because I didn't have to double check, make sure, like, oh, for the most part I was 95% confident it was going to fit onto the back of the house, but I just had to fix the nuances when it comes to working on installing it. So as you look closer, you can notice that there were screws in place, one on one end, and there's also one down over here. So that allowed me to adjust the height of the screen protector. And there's also a little bit of fluff on the outside edge of the door. So that would help me indicate, one, I can adjust it to fit the exact measurements of the screen door itself. And with the fluff, I was able to tell that based on how it goes inside of the screen protector. I don't know why I keep calling it that. So when it comes to installing the screen door, I was able to tell just by looking at it, the direction of the fluff on the edge of this. You can barely see it, but it's all black. But because it points inward, that helped indicate the direction that the screen door is supposed to be facing. I had already got it in place. I noticed while installing it that there was adjustable screws for the top and bottom. Now on the bottom side, the screws, I just have to adjust it all the way down, and that helped the screen door fit in place. But what made it fit more exact was the fact that the screen adjustments at the top were spring-loaded, which made it much easier. So all I had to do was loosen these screws here and the one down on the other side, and press it down, put it in place. And once I done that, the spring on the interior of the screen door made it expand to fit the full width of the cutout for the back patio. So once that took place, I just screwed them in place and now they're done. It came with a few other pieces, and that's for this section of the door here. Now as you can see, I've already uninstalled the original locking mechanism that was in place. I just took a regular screwdriver and unscrewed it. And on the new one here, you can see that there is a hook on the inside of there. So with that hook that's in place, I'm gonna install the new pieces so that it lines up appropriately and the locking mechanism will function on this door. So it's gonna be a little hard to see, but this is the locking mechanism right here. And if you look closely enough, there is a button here. There's a button here for lock and unlock. So by pressing the lock and unlock button, it causes the door mechanism to engage or disengage. So what we have here is all the older pieces that I had took just off the side of the housing, and I'm replacing it with these here. There's a locking mechanism. We're gonna go ahead and measure, leave marks, and set it up so that we can install the next pieces. So follow us and see how we put this together. Alright, so right now one of the techniques I was gonna do is kind of set this. If you can see here, you can see how it has a little lip. I'm gonna set that lip in the hook and kind of get an idea of where that hook stays. So if I look inside, I can lower this, it clears the lip. You can't really see it, but I just need to figure out where to set this. So knowing that this sets here, gonna take my piece of tape and kind of mark off where it needs to stay at. And now I'm gonna use that mark to try and get an idea of where on the side of the housing I'll be able to set my drill holes. Alright, so now that I can see where my faceplate for the hook lands, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark one mark below. I guess that's enough tape, so I'll just rip it in half. You put one mark below, and I'll leave another mark above to give me an idea of the parameters of where I can drill at. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of eyeballing this to see where the drill holes land. So I know that is a big U-shaped hole on that faceplate, and now I know that it's going to be between these marks where I'll be setting my holes to secure the faceplate to the wall. So these are my parameters. It can be no lower than this tape and no higher than this piece of tape. So now that I can take this off, if you look closely, we have two holes right here. Well, three. Thought it was two. Oh wait, yeah, it's two holes. So we got two holes here. We have one hole that's exact that we need to mark, and then the other one is more of an oval shape, so that gives us some room for error. But we also know, based on the tape that we put here, as long as we hit the mark on the top hole, we have some play on where we're going to drill the second hole at. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add on a couple of these plates, give it some thickness as I install this onto the door. This will help it protrude better so that the door can actually secure to the wall. Alright, so if we look closely enough with the faceplate, it actually causes it to have a little gap. So we might actually be better off with no faceplate. Let's try taking it off and see how it looks without it. Okay, so we just wrapped it up. We was able to install this. We don't need the extra faceplates on there, so we can go ahead and take this tape off of here. Alright, Jimmy, let's go ahead and close this door.
How are you gonna get in?
I'll get in when the door is open. But there you have it. Full screen door was installed. It closes completely, seals shut, and the only way to open it is to actually engage the lock and push it. Otherwise, you push it closed, it won't open. So engage the lock, it opens right up. Thanks for watching.